Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. This is Prison Architect, our final season, and, well, winter is coming. Winter is basically here, and we're going to need to take some preparational steps to make sure that winter doesn't screw us. We still have a lot of, like, little tiny things, water pipes and stuff to go through here, and I'm also having a little bit of an issue with grants. Because of this bug that takes your grant and, kind of cancels it, it kind of makes sense for me to keep two grants that take a very long time to do. That's prison manufacturing facility, the reoffending rate thing. I have to bring this down to 30% for this grant. And if you take a look at this, we have some work to do. Now, thankfully, the sample size of this is very small. Right? Only 11 have been released so far. 62% of them have reoffended. So that's not, it sounds bad. 62%, that's so high. But in reality, 62% of them, I mean, that's like 7 people, okay? So it's not that much. As our sample rates get higher and higher, we, will hopefully have this number drop really low. And this will also definitely go down as we start ramping up programs and start getting segregation going. We don't have segregation really happening yet. And that's really the crux of the whole clear for transfer thing, is that you need to segregate in order to get them to want to fix themselves, okay? So we have capacity for 52 inmates, and right now I only have 21. Something has been brought to my attention as well, and there's been a couple of things like this, and I'll always point them out. If you, I don't seek help for a game that I have 1,000 hours in and I've made 10 playlists on, like, it's fine, but like I do forget things, and I do have these tiny things that really are like on a macro scale are meaningless, but they can be something important to consider at sometimes. And so, like, I'd like, as much as I want to say I'm an expert on the game, I'm not really an expert on the game. I just have a lot of hours in it. So anyway, on that note, apparently with the custom sectors, they work a little bit differently. I just figured it would allow them to just be there. Everyone can be in here, but apparently what it does is it evenly divides the cells between the sectors that you push. If you want to have a mixed sector, you can go shared and then it's fine. But because I had one of those criminally insane people, the criminally insane are not allowed to be in the shared areas, right? Like I needed to have something else for them. And that's what I tried to do before. But I don't have a criminally insane inmate anymore. So this can just be shared now. Yeah. Okay, so on that note, with the bug that exists for grants, what I'm going to do is 2 of the grants, they take a very long time to do, right? Any grant that I want to work on, I think the best course of action here is to try to make sure that if there's a 3rd grant that's taken, I can actually complete that grant in the video that I'm doing, or at least in the play session that I'm doing, so that I don't close the game, right? So that's what I'm going to try to work on. And amongst all of these different things that we could do, I think probably basic farming is one I could complete today really quickly. And if I can get down to the point where I can crack down on drugs, I think I can probably do that really quickly too. That's probably an instant clear, honestly. So what I have right now is an intake of 9 people coming in to get us to 30. I'm actually going to up this to 40 so that I can try to remove tools as well. So we're going to be bringing in a lot of people right now. While we're doing that, I would like to set up potentially where our farms are going to go. Now, there's a couple of things to consider for farms, and one of them is the fact that, like, people have to get there, right? Workers have to get there. Exports are going to be a factor in that, probably. So it should be relatively close to where you're exporting things. And, fertile soil as well needs to be considered as well, because there's a lot of different, you can see how there's different colors of soil and stuff. Now, we can change that because really all you need is dirt. So I can go in and say I want all this area to be dirt if I want to, right? And then they'll change it to dirt. And once that's done, then we can farm there, right? So on that note, we have parole here, these 2 little parole rooms. We're probably going to want to expand this and get a proper parole room at some point. But for now, I'm thinking maybe we farm right here. I may want to grow this, but I'm thinking we farm right here. So what I'm going to do is this. First, let's section off a place for other buildings that we know we're going to want. I think the parole room thing, most likely we'll want to expand this to have at least 4 rooms eventually. So, with this being, 7 meters down from there, we know that the next door needs to be about here. Okay. Or the next wall needs to be about here. So we go down to 7, and then we need a walkway that's 8, then another wall that's 9. So right about here is where this needs to be. If we want to make sure that we have enough room for another 7x7 room, that's going to be, this is where the 7x7, I would need to go further than that, right? No, 5x5 is what I need. Yeah. So this is what it is. 7x7 right here. So if I want to have another 7x7 room, it's right here. And then there's a walkway into those pearl rooms. So, we need that extra gap, and then the wall would be there. So this is where that is. Okay. Next, I'm thinking restaurant, bakery, those types of things, right? And those places can be pretty big. So I'm thinking maybe we just line it up with this fence. And we could say this is like a bakery, restaurant kind of thing. And then this is customer facing. It's right near the front. So people would just be coming in here. Okay. Which leaves me to basically having this room right here as our farm area. And potentially forestry and stuff as well. Because the workshop is right here. So we're going to want forestry and stuff too. It's possible, and actually very likely at this point, that our little sea of... And by sea, I don't mean sea as in like the water. I mean sea as in like the letter C, right? The sea of cells probably won't go all the way and line up here, right? It probably will end up maybe here. That way I have room for, my forestry and stuff. So anyway, let's get started on this. The first thing we're going to want to do is figure out where we're going to be at this. So we're going to go to rooms, vegetable allotment, fruit orchard, farming fields. The farming fields need to be 8x8. Everything else is good at 5x5. So if I'm here and I know that this is the edge of my proposed building, then I probably want like some kind of walkway here maybe. And then we can finally get in and have our, like maybe like a fence right here. And then the field would start here. So we could say this is the field. This is like say 9 by, and I know it needs to be 8 is the smallest, but I think I'm going to go a little bit bigger than that. So let's go 9. Oh, I can't afford to go bigger than that because I want the vegetables on this side. Okay, fine, 8. So we'll go 8. So right here, we'll go in 1, 2 right here. So 8. Nope, that's the fence line. So gap, fence, field. And this is 9, but we'll go by 8. And then we'll say maybe right about here is, let's go here with our fields. So farming fields are here. Okay. Next, vegetable allotments, 5x5, but we're gonna go bigger than that. So we're gonna say that there's a fence right here, and then this will be where our vegetables are, and we'll go down about that far. So, farming fields, vegetable allotment, and all of these things are surrounded by fences through the middle of them. Okay, and then we have another fence that goes through here like this, and then we have our orchard. Now, orchards, they're going to obviously be trees. They're big apple trees, peach trees, whatever, banana trees. And I think prisoners can climb those trees to get over the fence too. I think that's something they can do. But they're going to be working in here anyway. And I don't want them to be like one easy fence hop away from freedom, all right? I don't want that to be a thing. So I'm going to use future tech for this. And this is why I went ahead and put the electric down this fence too, right? And I'm going to use the future tech. I've never done anything with future tech stuff as far as I know. I've used glass walls before, I think, but that's pretty much it. The electrified fence seems interesting to me. So we're going to do this right about here. Yeah, from this point here, we're going to go down to here, I guess. Yeah. This is very expensive. $6,300. Oh my God. These fences are actually quite expensive. Let's not do that yet. Not yet. In fact, maybe instead of that, for now, we'll just do barbed wire. So if they want to go over this fence for now, they're just going to get hurt. This is more expensive than the electrified fence. Whoa, wait, it is. This is $200 a square. Oh, wow. Never mind. This is cheaper. The only difference, the difference though, is that you have to have electrical cable underneath this, but it's still cheaper per tile because I already have the electrical. So, yes, Yes, we'll just do that. So we're going to go down about that far. Now, we are going to need a loan at some point here. I'm certain we can get the farming system done here. So I'm going to go ahead and take it to get that advance. And I'm going to take a loan as well so that we can actually get it done. So down here, we have the fence between these different things, and people will be moving through the fields this way too. So I think maybe instead of having a fence here, we just say that there's a walkway here. It's probably better to do that, right? So there's a walkway. So this will be open and this will be open. And then we have, this is all separated through here. And then we want to have our fruit orchard. And the fruit orchard can be bigger. I just have to hope that they're not going to go over the fence, right? That's basically it. So we're going to say that the orchard is very big. We're going to say the orchard is here, like this. So really big fruit orchard, okay? Now, we're not going to be able to fully populate these things right away, but we're going to get started enough for that grant. And the grant requires 5 of each, right? Grant, right here. 5 of each. So hire a farm worker. We're going to do that. Correctly build functional fields for this. We did that. We're doing that right now. And then plant 5 crops of any type in each room. So how does that work? First thing we need to do is we need fertile land. And you can only do this on dirt. So if I was to, for example, come over to, let's say, a crop to go. We're going to go going green with the filter here. If I was to say take wheat and try to plant it here, I can't. Right? I can't plant it here. This is farming fields. And I should be able to plant wheat in a farming field, but I can't do it. Right? Unless it's oh, I don't have the shed. I have to put the shed in first. Okay, and then it will let me do it, I think. It has to be a valid field. So we'll put the shed right against the fence right there, and then the shed will be there too. Okay, so after they build the sheds, I think these will activate, and then I can correctly farm these things. There goes the inmates. They're coming in now. I have no idea what to expect here. There's an awful lot of them. There you go. Whole bunch of degenerates. Oh, is there a second bus? We did bring a lot of them in there. Let's start real quick by looking at the grants. We actually have to do tool cleanup and crack down on drugs too. So since I accepted the farming one already, I need to finish it before I can do those ones. But I'm pretty sure we can do those ones really quickly. So let's get the workmen on this. I've told them to prioritize the sheds, so hopefully they do that really quickly. We have 24K. I could probably go ahead and decrease that so I don't have any debt. We have 11 grand. Okay. Now I can probably show it. So if I go to going green, go to wheat. See how it will let me place this? That's great, right? Except I can't place it everywhere because there's not dirt everywhere, right? It's this land right here I can farm on. I can't farm on any of this stuff. So in order to get farming on that, I have to change it. And I can go to flooring dirt, and then they can just alter this area to be dirt, basically, so that I can farm in it. So we're going to go like that. Make sure that the workmen know that I want farmable land on this entire setup here. All right, the next thing I need to do, and I don't think dirt costs anything either. Like you just do that. Yeah, dirt is free. Same thing with mud. All right, so they'll just change it basically. You're just altering the terrain to make it work for you. The next thing is I probably want to get. I do kind of want to get this room going. But I think having more rooms is not nearly as good as making sure that the rooms I already have are good. I'm going to need more workmen for this. Damn. I don't really want more workmen, but I'm going to need them. And it's going to get really cold pretty soon here. Actually, I think in order to know really how cold it will get, we should probably look. I have so many things on my list. I'm sorry if I'm scatterbrained. I have a lot of things in my head right now that I need to do. How did you get a drill? How did you get a drill onto the bus? Not even mad. That's impressive. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking the staff room is obviously very small. I'm gonna need to, expand that at some point anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and change how storage is right here and I'm going to put shelves flat along the wall here like this instead. I'm just trying to move them so that I can expand this room easier later. So we're just going to kind of do that. Yep. And then we'll have shelves sort of, you know, there's rows. They can get to them still. You can walk between them and stuff. It's no big deal. See, like he is. And then, yeah, same thing here. And then this one can go along here like this. And then what we'll do, I guess, is I'm going to change exports, actually. Let's change this. Let's go with storage through here. So exports, I think I'm going to leave this all as deliveries or leave this all as storage. Yeah, this is going to be left as storage. And then exports will go outside. We'll have exports be all of this. That's fine with me. So anything that changes, and that way, you know, I can move this wall down later if I want to. So I could have this, for example, the staff room could be, you know, here. We'll go like that. So the staff room will get extended this much when it comes time to do it. When we're ready to do it. All right. The fence is going to need to come that way. And while they're building that, and I'll have that be a priority right now. While they're building that, I need water this way too for the fields, right? So we're going to need a big, thick pipe to come down about, let's say, this far. That's probably far enough. And then I need the little pipes to go all the way down this way and connect there and there. Okay? After they're done building those things, which I'm going to put as their priority right now. Yep. After they're done building those things, we're going to need to start insulating too, because winter is coming right now. I'm going to start insulating this pipe that goes all the way up this way and this pipe that goes that way, just trying to make sure that they keep their showers on. Or at least at the very least, we just keep, basic things to their toilets and stuff too. So we're going to try to do that. These ones are not as important, so I'm not really super worried about them. This area here, maybe we'll go out this far. I don't really need this anymore. In fact, the fire alarm should be moved into this room. So I'm not really super concerned about those pipes. In fact, I probably could get away with just dismantling them, because I don't need these pipes anymore. At least not the ones that go out to the sprinkler. Apparently we have a rat problem again. Well, hopefully that'll work itself out. Is there any place that's currently super cold? The kitchen. I never understood that, how the stoves don't generate heat, or at least enough heat to keep this place from being freezing. That just doesn't make sense to me. But it's always been a thing. They've never generated enough heat. And it's I always find it to be very silly. So we're gonna put a radiator in this room, I guess. And then the hot water pipes need to go this way, I guess, as well. Yep, like that. And then that radiator will then provide heat to this area, okay? Next, I think the classrooms don't have enough heat either. So we're going to go 1, 2 on that. And then let's have this go that way. And then this come out and go that way. And then we're also going to need some hot water pipe insulation through here too. So this one is good to here. But in order to make sure that these classrooms stay good, we need it insulated down there too. Okay. This is all insulated, but not to here. And if I want people to keep drinking, I probably should do that. So let's go all the way with it. This door needs a door servo. So we'll go ahead and install that as well. And then make sure we open this door when it's necessary to do so. And did I just cancel it by right-clicking? I did, didn't I? I sure did. To open the door, I right-clicked, right? So there we go. All right. So that stuff we're working on. We got the storage room and stuff has been changed. That stuff we're working on too. I think one other thing I might want to do instead. I'm thinking of the storage room as well. I'm thinking it's just not big enough. I don't know. I'm probably gonna need a bigger one anyway. Maybe we only go this far with it. Yeah, I think maybe I'm a little bit aggressive with that one. Let's put this shelf over here. Another thing I want to do is I would like to get a weather machine. so we can really see what the weather is going to be like, because weather can actually do some serious damage to you in this game. So I'd like to move the shelf, and if so, I could then put this here. It's right on the electrical line there, so we could just stick this. This is a weather machine, if you haven't seen this before. It is a machine that provides advanced weather forecast. It will predict the duration, temperature, precipitation, wind speed, and visibility conditions. Additionally, it will give a countdown for any worrying weather event that might be incoming. So that's a good thing for us to have as well. Now, I thought there was like a weather tower or something I had to install with this thing, but that may not be the case. I thought there was, but it doesn't look like there is. So never mind. We're just going to install this, and it doesn't have to be installed anywhere specific. So I'm just going to chuck it into this this area here, and maybe I'll end up moving it somewhere else. Maybe it'll be in this hallway or whatever eventually. Speaking of this area, another thing I think we really should have is a backup generator. I can't afford to lose power in the middle of winter. I just can't. And that's a lot of money. So let's complete basic farming before we do this, because I think basic farming actually needs to be completed very quickly, because as soon as the frost comes, we won't be able to plant anymore. So that actually has to be done now. So here's what we're going to do. Let's take a look really quick at the plants we can do. We'll have them focus on planting them, at least getting them laid in. And then that way, when they complete the pipes and everything, the grant will at least tick in. Okay. So here's what we're looking at. All right. We have farming fields, vegetable allotments, and orchards. And each one of these fields can have different things in them. If you're new to the game, you probably don't understand this stuff. That's fine. That's why I'm walking you through it. So we have barley, wheat, and corn. That can go in the farming fields. We have carrots, potatoes, tomatoes, and cabbage. That can go in the vegetable allotment. And then in the fruit orchards, we have apple trees, banana trees, peach trees, and orange trees. Each one of these things cost a different amount to buy them, is used for various different things, mostly just like consumption or to, sell them. And then there's different profit perspectives on those as well. So for example, barley, we buy this for $100. We buy 20 seeds. Each of those seeds usually yield, not always, but usually yield 2 barley each when harvested, and then barley sells for $3 a piece. So that really only gets us $120. So your $100 becomes $120. It's not that profitable, but I think, don't quote me on this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who have, more recent gameplay time than two years ago. But I think barley's also useful for our bakery and making bread. So it has other benefits, other values, other supplies and stuff that you can use it for. Wheat is the best one to farm with if you're looking to just straight up sell it. So for $200, you get 20 seeds. Usually yields 4 wheat each, and each of those sell for $6 a piece. So your $200 becomes $480. That's the most profitable one. And then the corn one is $150. That gives you 10 seeds, which usually yields about 5 ears of corn a piece. So that's 50 corn, and each of those corn sells for 5. So that's $250. So you make $100 of profit there. So we're gonna plant wheat in our first fields, and I'm just gonna go and do this. Actually, I don't want to overspend here, because all this is gonna cost a lot. So why don't I, instead of overspending, just go a little bit now, because we really can't use it much in the winter anyway. I just want to complete the grant, so let's do that. Next thing, let's talk about the vegetable allotments. It's kind of the same situation here. You get a pack of a certain amount of seeds, and each one gives you a certain amount of, the crop or whatever, and then they sell for a certain amount of money each. That's how this works. We're gonna go with tomatoes right here. Yes, I think I'll do tomatoes. Tomatoes here, and then you notice how sometimes I don't have to pay extra is because when you buy them, you get a certain number of seeds, right? That's how that works. So I have enough seeds to plant that. And then we can go with, I guess, potatoes after that. I guess we'll put potatoes, and you can see that like this is 100, and then this is 200. This is also 200. This is also 200, right? So we'll just do that. Okay, get those planted in. And then I want these to be prioritized, at least this much, because I have to have 5 of each plant planted to get the grant. The next thing is the fruit orchard. We have apple trees, banana trees, peach trees, orange trees. Banana trees are the best for this same purpose that I've been talking about. And again, they're trees, so I think prisoners can climb them to try to climb over the fence. I'm not sure I want to put the trees this close. We're going to start our trees being over here. So I want to go 1 banana tree. Notice how it says that you get, it's $1,000 for this, but you get a pack of 5 seeds, which means I can plant 5 banana trees for that $1,000. And the orchard is different than others, other plants and stuff, in that the trees can, ooh, you know what? They're like, do I want to go this close? I will go this close. That's fine. So the trees, right? I can plant 5 of them, and then I have to spend another $1,000. The trees are different though because they're not harvested directly out of the ground, and then you have to replace them with more seeds, right? In this case, the tree stays and just continuously produces the fruit, right? So you only have to buy these things once. The orchard is actually very powerful. And so that's why I've dedicated a lot of more space to the orchard, because it's very good. Okay, so yeah, I'm hoping my workmen get on this. I've prioritized that. I want to also prioritize the trees. Please grow them. Please plant them, whatever. We do have a few people kicking off here. I'm not excited about it. Can I have some more guards to help out, please? John Cena here. Oh my God, it is John Cena. His name is John. Kick out at 2 Cena, really? He's a professional wrestler for the World Wrestling Entertainment. John Cena is a multi-time world champion, but after an altercation with a fan, he was assaulted and fired from the WWE. Gasp. I relied. It says I relied. I can tell. You relied on drugs and illegal acts to keep him sane. What? You're switching pronouns all over the place here, dude. It's fine. We're good. So very high chance to reoffend. Is he in a gang? He is a gang member. Dude, he is a gang member. And Gym Rat, Vandal, Green Thumb. How are our gangs doing right now? Like, are we have a lot. 4 in the red gang now. So we really want to try to reform these guys, and John Cena is going to get reformed. Okay, this violent inmate. And then there's Gordon. This is Paul Gordon Sr. This is Paul Gordon. Paul Gordon, also in a gang. Sentenced to 10 years for robbery. These Gordons, they just keep popping up, don't they? Gordons and Duncans. Battle tendencies. Sneak thief, resourceful. You're a senior, though, huh? Age 57. Any relation to Scott? Certainly hope not. All right, so hopefully they get to go in on planting these pretty quickly, because I think it's going to get really rough here in a bit. Can you guys finish installing this too, please? There we go. So now it requires a weather center. Okay, so weather antenna. There it is. And then there needs to be an actual room for this. Oh, it does need its own room. I thought you could just put it anywhere you wanted. Weather center. 3x2. Indoors. 3x2. Well, aren't we lucky? 3x2 is there. Good. And then it just needs a weather antenna. So it does need another item. And so we'll put the antenna, I think we'll maybe put it over here. This will keep it powered too. So now we're... I'm going to need a loan, I think. It's very important that we always have a really solid credit rating. But if I don't have a loan currently, then it's not that important that I keep my balance positive. Like I can go, I can have it go negative maybe without a loan. I'm not entirely sure how that works. This doesn't have any water. Odd. I don't entirely sure if I need water here, but I figured the guard that's stationed in here should have a drink. If he wants a drink, then he'll be able to drink there. What is going on here? You guys, just cut it out. Just quit it. All right? Just play nice with people. All right, I get it. You're all in different gangs and such. I get it. You want 2 hours in solitary John Cena. I think I'm going to need more guards. It's just, there's just a lot, Oh, you know what I need here? Sorry, my bad. You need farmers for this. Nobody's going to do this. The workmen don't do this. Farmers do this. So let's hire some farmers. 1, 2, I can only afford one farmer. I'm going to need a loan. I need to have more farmers to get this grant. So we're going to get this one grant, and let's hire 4 total farmers so that we can get these things all planted, hopefully. And if we can do that successfully, you know, maybe we'll get that grant completed. I can then do the tools and the drugs, and we'll get a whole bunch of money really, really quickly. I probably should have waited to accept the... And honestly, I could just... If I just eat $250, I can just do that now. That's actually better than the interest payment, right? Otherwise, I have interest payments. I don't want to do that. So actually, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to... If I cancel it, I pay $250 as the cancellation cost. But then I can do crackdown on drugs, which is going to be completed immediately. I could do tool cleanup, which is not completed immediately. Wow. Well, let's decrease this right now. And then tool cleanup is not done right away. Interesting. There's enough tools in the prison right now. Okay. This is usually not something you want to do in the middle of the day, but I'm going to do a shakedown. I guess I'll wait till they're all in their cells. You don't want to do shakedowns while everyone is like free to move around. Bad idea, man. Keep them all separated while you're doing it. And usually it's good to do this at the end of the day when they're in their lockup period. I think maybe have unnecessarily searched. They have serious complaints. Is it hygiene? It's clothing. Oh, clothing's not getting done? Why isn't clothing getting done? We have enough stuff for this. I actually have an extra laundry machine that I already paid for. I could put that in here. Also 2 ironing boards in storage as well. Can do that too, I guess. I'm not entirely sure why we're not getting this done, but I'm gonna have... I don't really want it, but yeah, 1 additional janitor. Let's go 2 additional janitors, because you know, break times and stuff. And as winter comes, we're definitely gonna have that problem. So here comes the weather antenna. Please somebody finish it. There we go. It has power. It's right. Yep, there it is. Okay, so can we see the weather forecast? Predicted weather. Here it is. Okay, so right here, snow. This is what we have to beat. At 10:17 tomorrow, it begins snowing. Visibility will be mild, but the temperature will range, you know, down into -Celsius at this point. So it's going to start freezing. So I need to plant these before the ground freezes. So please, farmers, plant all of these things. Pretty please, plant them all before tomorrow. Now that gives me most of them. I just need a little bit more, and then I can complete this objective. So if they can kindly plant these trees, that would be really, really helpful. Because I have made these the priority. Kind of hoping they would do that, but right now it's like some of them are coming to it, I guess. If we can get all 5 of those trees planted. Yeah, sapling time. Oh, they're already there. They are planted. So that means I can do that grant. Yeah. Basic farming should complete immediately now. Okay, excellent. Let's take the remainder of our time here, because we know freezing is going to happen. Let's take the remainder of our time here and really look at insulating pipes. Because I have some pipe insulation I've already bought. For whatever reason, the projects were kind of canceled. So we'll insulate some of these pipes over here. Keep them happy in their cells so they don't kick off. We'll go this way. We'll go this way with it. Lots and lots of insulation. Right there too. Right there too. Kind of odd how there's these little gaps. Like I'm just drawing straight lines and yet there are gaps. Kind of wild. If I'm looking this way, that's good. These ones are good. How about heat? How about hot water? Very important. Hot water pipes. These are not insulated, so let's get those insulated all the way up at least that far. Yep, these ones right here need to be insulated. Any more hot water pipes? Wow, all of that. Okay. Definitely want to do that because, you know, if we start having radiators without any hot water, it could be a huge problem. Why don't you have access to water? It's not that far away. Why don't you have access to water? I mean, it's right there. The pipes is right here. It's not too far. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That should really have it. But you know what? It's fine. We'll just move the drinking fountain to here, I guess. Sure, that'll do it. Right? No, I'll have to move it over again. No, it has to be somewhere else. Maybe we move it over by... just move it here. Just one over, and then I put another pipe in? It's so weird that doesn't have access. Like, there's water right there. It's flowing right through it. That's just a bug, right? It's got to be just a bug. Because there's water flowing through that. Well, it's fine. We'll eventually get it. Let's make sure we do the insulation here too. So then now that that's done, we'll insulate that whole thing. And then this whole thing, it doesn't really, honestly, this doesn't really need insulation because in the wintertime, this stuff isn't really going to grow much anyway. I think now that we have all that stuff planted, sorry, farmers, now that all this stuff is planted, you've done your job. I appreciate it, but you're too expensive. I'll keep one farmer on staff and that's it. I think that's probably it. Just one farmer. Yep. One dude. His name is Paul. Paul's our farmer. Okay, next thing to worry about, I guess, with winter coming, the pipe installation is kind of the only thing I need to worry about, really. We are going to have some frozen pipes, but all that's going to do is take up my workmen's time. But it's already taking their time because they have to, you know, go and do this stuff. So like insulating already takes their time. So I think we're probably good. I think the only other thing I would look at is probably insulating the water pump station, just 5,000. But I feel like that's a really important thing to do. So I'm gonna order that to happen too, and that's very expensive, but I'm gonna order that thing to do. Another thing I think I would want to do is to get a generator, a backup generator. Would be a really good thing to do. So why don't we do the tool cleanup? Now that everybody's sleeping, we'll do a quick shakedown for everybody. All hands on deck for the shakedown. And see if we can find enough tools to complete that grant. I couldn't read it. It didn't complete the grant yet. But if we can do enough tools or find enough tools to complete that grant, then we'll hit basic farming right now too, and we'll get both of those grants right now. Definitely finding some stuff. Yep. They're not going to be happy about being searched like this, but that's just how it goes. We really didn't clean them up yet. Following a number of incidents in other prisons involving stolen items, a group is performing studies on the distribution of tools and weapons throughout prisons. This part of the trial involves trying to remove all such items from your prison population. Remove the supply of stolen tools. Remove the supply of stolen weapons. There it is. Okay, just got it. So that's done. Basic farming is done now, and we can get access to self-sustaining. It's time to fully prove that prisons are able to become self-sufficient. Please sell any spare produce as a contribution to the food supply issue. You have to hire 5 farm workers for this, which I had, but I've now fired 4 of them anyway. I think I only had 4. It doesn't matter. Purchase 10 bags of compost fertilizer. Harvest 50 farm plants of any kind. Sell grown crops of any kind. And then collect 5 seeds of any type from the harvested crops. So if you may not have known, when you harvest the crops, there's a chance to get seeds from those as well for free. And then if you have compost, you buy compost for them, you may get more seeds from them, more likely to get seeds. So there's that stuff too, which is great. Overproduction here too, we have to just harvest a bunch of stuff. So these are things that I would probably select later, I think, yeah. Okay, so from this, I think the next one to accept will probably be cell block C, but I don't think I can complete that this video. We're going to be dealing with winter in this video. One of the things I definitely can do, though, I have $27,000, no debt. Excellent. One of the things I'm going to want to do then is make sure that these cells, we want to expand to have a few more cells, I think. So also, let's take a quick look at prison grading. Didn't change. Nobody got released. Okay. So quick build, custom drones right here. So let's go like, let's not copy that one because that one has the router. So I'll copy this one. And we're just going to slap this. Don't have... Yeah, these have the lights inside the cell. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says blocked because there's that. Yeah, that's in the way. And then we'll go here too, but then I have to worry about maybe them digging just outside this, and I'd rather not. So we'll just leave that many right there for now. And then same thing here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go out that far with that. And then we just want to remove this wall and this wall. And that'll open this up so we can have more prisoners there, more cells. And then I can finally, I think maybe we'll go up to 50. Let's get 50. That's near our capacity. Of course, our capacity is going to be growing, but we'll have 50 inmates. That's kind of wild. Let's go ahead and also start. I just want to shift some of this stuff over too. And any last looks right here at the pipes. Insulating hot water pipes. Any insulation. Any hot water pipe that is not insulated. Right here. This one here. Those need insulated. Yeah, this needs insulated all the way out to there. Wow. Okay. That's good. And the water pumping station is insulated now. That's good. We'll get all of that insulated. Oh yeah, all these pipes. There we go. Keep the hot water on for these guys. There we go. Okay, and then that side right there. I think that pretty much takes care of all the essential hot water pipes. I say this, but like here we are. There's more. There are more all the way down here too. Underneath the big pipe. I didn't insulate that. Okay. Now these are just these are just the cells, which are not as important, but they are feeding hot water into the kitchen. So I guess that is kind of important. All right, cool. Our prisoners look a little untidy. Yeah? What's that about? What's their needs like? Hygiene. Well, they're going to wake up. And you know what I think I'll do? I'll put this as a wake up slot. So they can wake up and take a shower right away before they go to work. So you have time to shower if you need it. All right. I don't want to hear that you're too dirty to go to work. All right. That's not happening here. Okay. No excuses. Sure. Shifting that stuff over. I want like a mass move tool. I don't think there's a mass move tool. But I want one. Just move all the tables and chairs, tables and benches all in one go. So in order to get that grant for our workshop, also prison manufacturing facility, we kind of have to build a manufacturing facility too. We're not going to be able to do much with the farms. This is mostly a staff place to work at the moment. And actually what I should do also is take this fence out of here too. Yeah, that's good. Because now it'll open up all this here. So this is pretty much just a staff area at the moment, and it's not that vital to us yet. But this could be worked by prisoners right now. So I'm going to go over here. Let's make this a workshop. Workshop. It's a big workshop. Now, workshop is an interesting building in Prison Architect. Because, well, I mean, it's not actually any different than other buildings. Like, for example, the cleaning cupboard. You can have more people working in the cleaning cupboard if it's a bigger cupboard, right? And the workshop is the same thing. There's an optimal size for the workshop to where you make it just big enough for the maximum number of people to work in it, but not too big in that, you know, because there is a maximum. I don't really care about that. I'm told this every series that you should make it this size. I don't care. I have it this size. It's fine. And this is big enough to max it out. So I'm all right with it. We have to have a saw and a press in here in order for it to be functional. So carpenter's table, I think I'm going to put this up here because I want to have a carpenter at some point. I usually forget to do that. So I'm going to do one right there. That's not required for the workshop to work. And then, but knowing where this is, and I'll have another one up there, it kind of gives me an idea of where I want the rest of my stuff to be. So I'm thinking we're going to put tables all on this wall. And so if we do that, I'm thinking we'll go Probably only 2 carpenters. Eventually, it'd be good to have 4, though. 4 carpenters tables would be 6. So right about here. So the saws need to go starting at the 0 or starting at the O. That is an O. Yeah. So we'll saw them here. Right here, I think. Saw, press. Press. Yes, press. Okay, so there's a couple of there, and I can go up a little bit higher if I want to, but I'm just kind of leaving this open a little bit more. I'm going to have 2 of each in there to start. All right, this table can then shift over, and for now, I think that's good on the tables. We have more room to put more of these machines down this row, and then carpenter's tables, and then there's just workers that need to be moving things around as well, right? And then we'll need them hooked up to the power, so we'll go like this and like this. And then we can always shut the power off in this area here by simply switching this off. And then the power to this room shuts down. Now, one thing I do want though, is I want the lights to stay on. Not the equipment can turn off, but I want the lights to stay on. So I'm gonna actually bring this power down this way, just so the power will stay on in the building. So in other words, we're putting these machines that are, these high voltage machines, if you will, we're going to put those in the center of the room so they don't connect to the exterior power sources, the line. And then this is going to control the power to this heavy equipment. Okay. Got a whole bunch of people here. Gordon getting in fights again. Man, this guy. I tell you what. He is just the Gordon family. Their whole family. All right. We're just going to have them all in here. At some point, we're going to meet them all. I've met several Gordons throughout my time playing this game. And they're never good. It's never a good thing to have the Gordons in your prison. I know everybody. I know all you guys are fans. You guys, he got a fan club, right? Sometimes he'll go into the comments of my videos even. This mysterious Scott Gordon. But his whole family's going down at some point, all right? Now, whether they pick themselves back up, Scott somehow found a way to. But at some point, they fall down. They'll get up again, maybe. You can't really keep them down, but at some point, they fall down. I think this deliveries area maybe is too small. Why is this a worry here? Is that what it is? Is the deliveries room too small here? Deliveries 1x3. That's big enough. Maybe it's not fully... No, I don't know. I don't know why you keep honking at me. It's the right size. Whatever. All right, guys. You ready for winter? Here's the snow. Let's take a look at what our forecast calls for here. Predicted weather. It's getting a little bit colder.